Hello everyone! Today I'm going to be coloring with RoseArt markers and Crayola color pencils. I'm going to be coloring this picture here, so let's get started. First I go in with the RoseArt marker in areas where I don't mind it being dark or close to the line art. Then I go in with some water on a brush to blend the colors out. I try to work pretty fast because the faster you go in between putting the color on the paper and adding water to it, the better it'll blend out. If you let the marker sit on there for a little bit, it's going to stain the paper more. So I try to work pretty fast between putting the marker on the paper and adding water to it. So like I said, I try to put the marker in areas where I don't mind it being dark, like under her hair where it's casting shadow, or close to the line art, because sometimes it doesn't always blend out all the way unless you add like a whole bunch of water to it. So some areas might stay kind of dark. So for the skin I used a pink and tan color. They're kind of dark. Once you add the water they get really light. And for the hair I used a light purple and a dark purple, and for her shirt and hat I used one dark blue. If you do try this, I recommend testing the colors beforehand because the colors can look very different from when they come out of the marker and when you add water. I am using canson watercolor paper. It is 140 pound and is roughly $10 for 30 sheets. So it's not super expensive. I got it from Walmart and it works nicely. It worked really well for this. It's a lot like working with watercolor, except I find it's easier to control than watercolor. Watercolor I find a little hard to control at times, but I don't use watercolor very often. But I really like working with this, especially if I want to get kind of a watercolor look. Now I am going in with dark purple on her hair just to add a little bit more shadows. This will be the third time I've tried this technique. The first time was just kind of an attempt to see how I liked it and if it would work. And the second attempt was to see if it would work on a bigger scale because I didn't know if the marker would spread far enough for bigger pictures, but it actually works really well, especially if you put enough color down. Now I'm using the blue on her shirt. And one thing I do like is that it's very easy to get the same color over and over again. Like sometimes when you use watercolor and you mix a really nice skin tone, you're like, wow, I really like that skin tone. I want to get it again. It can be kind of hard to get it again, but with this, I can consistently get the same color. Now I'm going in with colored pencil just to kind of tighten everything up and to add more strands to her hair and to just add more shading in areas where it was kind of hard to get with the watercolor. I used the purples in her hair, the hat, and on the skin. I kind of used the purple everywhere. And now I'm adding some blush to her cheeks and under her nose. I kept trying to add shadow under her nose with the marker, but I kept blending out too much, so it wasn't really working. If you live in America and you're in college, finals are most likely over for you, so yay! We survived another semester. Now I'm using some blue colored pencil on her shirt just to add a little bit more shadows and the light purple. And now I'm adding yellow. I wasn't too sure if I wanted to add yellow because it's kind of a wintry picture and it's not usually too sunny. But I'm like, it can be a little sunny, right? Like I can add a little bit of yellow. Like I just couldn't resist adding the yellow. It just makes it look so nice. and adding more colored pencil to her skin. And I overall really like this technique. It's a lot of fun. And now I'm using some watercolor on the background. I didn't want to get a super detailed background or anything because I didn't want to overpower her because she's rather light in color and I just wanted something really simple. And that's the end of this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays!